All right, it looks like the college football news keeps coming out on this Sunday. Kenny Dillingham announced as coach of Arizona State. Now, he has some Arizona State ties. He was a graduate of there from Arizona. The polar opposite of what they had in Herm Edwards, who was more of a overseer of the program. This is a guy who's the offensive coordinator at Oregon, 32 years old, going to be the youngest coach in Power 5. This is someone who rehabilitated Bo Nix. I thought he was terrible. Bo Nix with a 5-star pedigree. Actually had him playing as well as I ever had seen him playing, better than I thought he ever could play. So will this be a good hire? It depends. If they're going to treat him like a Scott Frost, where, hey, you're a native son, we're going to give you time, we're going to give you all the resources, we're going to understand that this isn't probably the best place to recruit. We're probably the second school in Arizona. Well, I mean, football-wise, maybe not, but are they going to be patient with him, or are they going to expect results? Very interesting in the standpoint of, I always talk about the recruiting basis. Arizona is a state that's on the come up when it comes to recruiting. A lot of people have moved from California to places like Nevada, places like Arizona for taxes, for lower housing costs and things of that nature. And with that, they've taken their children, and now you're building up those football bases. Transplants from California. So I think Arizona is on the come up with that. So is he going to be able to recruit these kids? Hey, he's 32. That doesn't mean just because you're young that you can recruit these kids. The former coach at Oregon, Mario Cristobal, great recruiter, left Dan Dillingham with a great recruiting base. Dan Dillingham, great recruiter. Is he going to be a great recruiter? That's the key to the game. And is this a school where you can build a collective again? Because the base is getting better, but it's not a base to where we will just completely say we can turn a blind eye to needing NIL deals. So it's an interesting hire. Once again, are they going to treat him like Scott Frost in Nebraska and say, hey, this is one of our native sons. We're going to give him time. We're happy that he's here. He's a young guy. He's an innovator. We're going to take our time with him. Or they're expecting results. The Pac-12 just in general, because of the playoffs being expanded and USC and UCLA potentially moving to the Big Ten, it's actually a pretty fruitful job. I talked about it in the previous episode when I talked about Deion Sanders potentially leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado, and a lot of people were poo-pooing it and saying like, hey, in the comments, like, nah, I don't think Deion should do that. He should wait for a bigger job. But if the bigger jobs aren't coming, you do have to use eventually a stepping stone to different jobs. And the Pac-12, because they're going to get an automatic bid, might not be the worst place to do it. So you have seen other coaches parlay this into his success. Jim Harbaugh started off at San Diego State. Then he moved to Stanford. Then NFL, obviously, in Michigan. So, I think that sometimes coaches should get, quicker pass up. But, I don't want to take this too much off of Dillingham, but it just depends. It just really depends. But I think this could be a good thing if they have patience with him. Let me know what you think. The game is game.